Newspaper Rock and Canyonlands National Park on this episode of Utah ADV, right after this. Hi, welcome back to Utah ADV. Eric Young along with Mary Ann, and Ginger's back there as well, and Mindy is driving the Rove. And you might be wondering, why do I make that same intro every single time? Well, because this might be the first time you're watching an episode of Utah ADV, and you probably want to know who it is that's talking to you. So that's why. For those of you who watch it on a regular basis, I'm sorry that you have to sit through that on every single episode. Anyway, on this particular one, we had another amazing day. So, short story, I had chemo, my 17th chemo infusion, on Thursday before we left on Saturday. And it usually takes about 5 days for the effects of that to kick in, and this was about the 5th day. I was having a kind of a hard time going through and getting my bearings and doing things that way. But I have a wonderful support system here, so we kind of pressed on. So we thought maybe we'd do just a little bit of a trip over the Abayos and into the backside of Canyonlands to come into Newspaper Rock. But as we ventured up that road, we came to where it was closed and because of snow, and we couldn't go any further. So we doubled back and came back down off of where Nizoni campground is, and went back and hooked up on 191 on the freeway, and then took that north to the turnoff to Newspaper Rock, where then we found Newspaper Rock. And it's pretty mind-bending when you consider that many of the symbols that are represented on that rock are represented throughout the entire area. And I mean like throughout the entire state of Utah, if not down to Arizona, New Mexico. And it just fascinates me to go through and see these and see the stories that they're telling. The whole concept behind Newspaper Rock, or at least the hypothetical guess to that, is that this was a place where people left messages about what to maybe expect or what kind of dangers might be out there. But really, the Park Service has a sign up that says, we don't have any idea what they're saying here, so use your best guess to go through and see what you think they have to say. So from there, we were going to go back to Nizoni because I just didn't have the energy, very fatigued, a lot of pain. But we just decided to press on a little farther, which is what we usually do, and usually gets us to making sure that we don't regret that day, and that's what we did. We pressed on into Canyonlands, and it was just a drive of, you can't drive through any of these places without your mouth agape and your eyes wide open, and just take in the spectacular scenery that's out there. We stopped at Wooden Shoe Arch, and where I set up a couple of time lapses there. After we buttoned up our gear from Wooden Shoe Arch, Mindy came back and picked me up, and then we went through the rest of the park as far as you could go. And that's where we decided to do a couple of drive-bys and do some shots of the context of what we're doing here, of our adventuring with the dogs and with the truck, just everything that was going on. So here's a montage of that. You know, the next episode is where we'll get into then the southern route that we took down to, we went to Muley Point, just above Moki Dugway, and then down to Goosenecks, and got blown away, literally. You know what to do if you like what you saw, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please add to our subscription list. I promise we won't let you down.